What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Meta Champs, and welcome everybody to the first week of the SPDA Master Ball Division, where this week we're starting off our run by taking on datboikeith and the Turok Cup Juice. Already an extremely tough battler to face, and with a really amazing team to boot. What? My opponent's team consists of Garchomp, Ogerpon Wellspring, Corviknight, Thunderous Therian, Hoopa Unbound, Terrakion, Entei, a Pheasantipede that can tear into a dark, water, or ground type, a Goodra that can tear into a poison, electric, and fairy type, and finally a Leavanny to round things out. The combination of the two dragons, Corviknight and Pheasantipede, are absolutely phenomenal, and the rest of this team has so many Pokemon to help complement those major threats. Hoopa Unbound, Ogerpon Wellspring, and Thunderous Therian in particular are going to be a very tough Pokemon to overcome. However, I think with the team we've got, we absolutely stand a chance against this team. Obviously, I'm bringing in an Assault Vest, Flygon, and a Thundy team matchup, and my Ice-type and Fairy-type Pokemon to the double Dragon matchup. Muck is also mainly meant as a Pheasantipede switch, while Infernape and Tornadus are meant to try and break the team down with Raw Power, Rocky Helmet Chip, and pivoting potential with U-Turn. If you'd like a more detailed team breakdown, then consider checking out my Ko-fi page, where you'll find 8-minute team breakdowns for all my battles, as well as receive access to battles early if you become a member. Any support you're able to give is always immensely appreciated. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and head into the battle. Alrighty, let's freaking go, baby. I'm so stoked for this game. This is gonna be fun. Very excited to use this team. Very excited to just have fun, chill. I'm very excited. Let's see what my opponent ends up bringing. Then you see Terrakion, Pheasantipede, Garchomp, Ogerpon, Thundy, and Corviknight. Okay, all of those mods make sense. I'm very tempted to lead Flygon here, but because Garchomp is there, I think I'm gonna lead Hawkeye instead. And we are going to go from there. Overall, I'm very okay with this, low-key. The Baked Bean has a really good matchup here. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game, I can already tell. So good luck having my opponent. I'm very glad not to see Hoopa there. I'm very glad not to see the Entei there either. Everything else is more or less expected. I'm also very glad not to see Goodra here. That's also very nice. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be a good game. Overall, I feel relatively confident in this game, and I'm very excited to hopefully pop off. Let's do it. They're definitely taking a long time to think about what they're leading off with. It looks like they barely got their lead in time, though. I'm expecting probably either a Thundy lead or a Terrakion lead. If I see either one, I will switch out. If I see Thundy, I'll switch into my Flygon, and if I see the Terrakion, then I will probably switch to Bang! Alright, so we're gonna see Pheasantipede, actually. Very, very interesting. I am just going to immediately go ahead and click U-turn, and then I'm going to go ahead and U-turn into Muck. Even if we see Terra Ground here, that is fine. Muck is just always going to be the switch in against this Pheasantipede, so we are chilling. If it opts to Terra Dark, that's best case scenario. If it opts to not Terra, that's fine. If we opt to see a U-turn, that would also make a lot of sense. This thing could also be Scarfed as well, so we do have to keep that in mind. If Corviknight comes in on the Muck switch, I can click Fire Punch for free. I can also double into Infernape if I want to. We're going to go for U-turn here. It's going to do Diddly Squat. That is fine by me. Again, we just go into Muck every single time. We're going to go into I'm so funny. I'm so funny, guys. I'm so funny. Original joke. We are going to see the U-turn here, which makes sense. We're probably going to see Corv. We could also see Thunderous, honestly. We could also see Garchomp. We could see Garchomp. We could see Thundy. This is going to be very interesting to see what we see. We do see Garchomp, so that's very good to know. So I think we're going to go into Big Bane. If this thing Hazard stacks in my face, then that's going to be a bit rough, but it will be fine. I think it will be fine. That is what I say. It will all be fine. We're going to go Big Bane. All right, so we are going to see Rocks. That's going to really suck for the Torn endgame, but that's fine. Again, Torn is mainly going to be meant for physical threats. I will click Yawn here every single time. Hopefully this thing doesn't have spikes. We do see the hard swap, actually, so I'm very curious to see what comes in here. It's probably going to be the Pheasantipede, if I had to guess. It is going to be Pheasantipede. Okay, so we see Pheasantipede come in here. We're going to click Yawn now, which is obviously always great. And now we're probably going to see a U-turn, which I can't really stop, unfortunately. So I think I will just go into this Muck again. We're actually going to see the double, which is very interesting. So if they double into Garchomp, that's fine. They're going to double into Corviknight, actually. Very interesting. Alright, so Corviknight is going to come in here. I think here I'm just going to click Knock Off with Muck, just because of the fact that this thing could be going for Iron Defense, but a Body Press ain't going to be doing that much damage to me. We have the leftovers. We can curse in this thing's face if we want to. It could reveal Whirlwind. This thing is not a threat to my team, at least as of right now. At least as of right now. So I will go ahead and click Knock Off. We are just going to see a U-turn, actually. Very interesting. So we're going to get a knockoff off on something. Maybe the Serendipity, but we do have Poison Touch, so if we can poison something on switching, that'd be phenomenal. If this Garchomp could get poisoned, that would be best case scenario, honestly. We are going to see the Garchomp come back in. Very interesting indeed. We're going to get a knockoff here. We're probably going to see Rocky Helmets combined with the Rough Skin, is my guess. Oh no, it's loaded dice, so this thing is Scale Shot. That's good to know. So this thing absolutely is Scale Shot. I'm going to immediately swap it to Bite Beam now. That's going to be my switch in every single time. That's very good to know. So we know it's Scale Shot, we know it's Rocks. So, very interesting. We do need to be very careful with how we play this endgame then.
We're going to the Bite Beam! Unfortunately, the Wooded Stones suck, but we're still gonna go to the Bite Beam!
We're gonna see a Swords Dance here. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can just click Yawn for free, and if this thing gets put to sleep, then that is fine by me. Alright, so we're just gonna see an EQ here, which is fine. That's gonna do a decent chunk of damage. And by a decent chunk, I mean quite a bit. Garchomp is going to grow Drowsy here. I think here what I'm going to do, I will go ahead and click Wish. And if this thing opts to get the KO, then the Garchomp is no longer a threat. But we do need to make sure that this Garchomp doesn't set up in my face. We need to be very careful about that. So we're going to see the Serendipity come back in. Oh no, it's going to be Thunderous. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Bite Beam, use Wish! Bite Beam, use Wish!
Okay, so we need to be very careful about the rest of this game. If we can get the Glastrier in as soon as possible, that'd be best case scenario. I think I do kind of want to go into Goggles here right now. I will go ahead and go into Goggles here. Something to note is if the Garchomp is not max speed, then we will outspeed it, I'm pretty sure. So, or at the very least, we have a chance to speed tie, so that's good to know. We're probably going to see maybe a switch here, like maybe a U-turn. We're just going to see a Nasty Clap, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to see Flygon here. Thunderous is here. I could do a crap ton of damage with Draco Meteor here. And you do have a swap in with Serendipity, but Serendipity's still not going to enjoy an Earth Power next turn. Here I'm very tempted to go into Glastrier. I think if you're at +2, you're going to try to attack me. I think I'm just going to click Draco. We are just going to see a Grass Knot. Very interesting. We're going to reveal that we're Assault Vest at this point. That does a lot of damage. That might be a roll. We are going to get a hefty hit off, which is amazing for us. And now I'm just going to click U-turn and hope that this Grass Knot doesn't KO me next turn. We're just going to see another Grass Knot. Please live, Flygon. That'd be great. Nope. Okay, that's unfortunate. A Heat Wave should always KO this thing now at this point. I can also go into Infernape for free. The only question is, what would I, like, come in on Infernape? Probably the Garchomp. Close Combat always KOs this thing, which is good to know. Heat Wave always has the risk to miss. I think I'm going to go into It's Me. Alrighty, Infernape, let's go, baby! Alright, so Pointed Stones is always unfortunate here. I think I always have to click Close Combat on the off chance they opt to save this thing, which I do think they will do. It'll always KO this thing. It does the most damage against everything, minus Serendipity, so I'm just going to do this. We are just going to see that they stay in. Bada bing, bada boom. Thunderous is dead. That is fine by me. Alright, so Thundy's going to go down here. Very unfortunate. Very unfortnite. I think if Garchomp comes in here, I'm just going to click Close Combat again, just so that way they can't set up a Swords Dance for free in my face. We could also very easily see Ogerpon Wellspring here. I think that makes the most sense. We are going to see the Ogerpon here. I think every single time I kind of want to go into Hawkeye. Ivy Cudgel is going to do a pretty massive chunk, but if you risk the Swords Dance, you're going to risk taking a very hefty hit when it comes to a U-turn. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and swap the Hawkeye here. This might be a mistake, we'll see, but I think if they go for Swords Dance, that's very greedy of them. I guess we'll see. Let's see. Do they go for Swords Dance? They're just going to go for Cudgel. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully they don't get a crit here. Was that a crit? That was not a crit. This thing just died. Okay, unfortunate. I will go into Muck here, and I think I have to start setting up curses. No, I don't set up curses. I think I have to make sure that the Garchomp can't come in for free. But you're just going to click U-turn here. I think you're just going to click U-turn. Yeesh, my opponent has played this really well. I'm not even going to lie. My opponent has played this very well. I think, you know what? I'm still going to go into Infernape here, because I think they're going for... Oh, no, they just hard swap, so they don't even have U-turn. That's fine. Corviknight, perfect. I'm okay with this. I click Flamethrower. I click Flamethrower versus this thing every single time, and something is going to take a very hefty hit from it, and it's going to be great. I think here I just need to start claiming lives. Alright, so we're going to see Infernape come in here. Bada bing, bada boom. We click Flamethrower every single time. If they opt to stay in, fine. We're just going to get a heavy hit off. Again, my opponent is playing this extremely well. I'm a bit... words. I definitely should have prepped more for hazards, I'm realizing now. I don't know if necessarily I should have brought Blastoise, but I do think I should have brought maybe the boots instead of the Rocky Helmet on Torn. I thought I could have gotten away with it, but Garchomp in hindsight could have very easily bring hazards in this matchup, so it is what it is, but my opponent is just playing this really well, so mad respect to them. So we are going to see the swap here, which does make sense because Corviknight can kind of just win this game. We're going to see the Garchomp come in, which is fine. I am okay with this. This flamethrower is still going to do a decent chunk of damage. Bada bing, bada boom. Can we get the burn? We don't get the burn, which is unfortunate. I think here I'm just going to CC. Yeah, I'm going to say frickin' and CC. It might be in range. We close combat. Bada bing, bada boom. Does the Scarchomp die? It does die. Perfecto. Let's go Infernape, picking up a KO. All right, the rough skin is going to suck, and as well as the life orb chip on top of that. We are getting very chipped down. My opponent has done a very fantastic job of chipping my team, and it is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Ogerpon is going to be the switch here. That makes sense. They are probably just going to click Ivy Cudgel. There's zero reason for them not to. On the off chance they don't, I will go ahead and click U-turn. Yeah, I will go ahead and click U-turn here, because on the off chance they don't, that could be impressive. But yeah, so Ivy Cudgel, that makes sense. Alright, so Infernape goes down here. Very unfortunate. I think here I'm going to go into Glastrier. Honestly, low-key, I could go into Muck, but I don't think I do that. I think I need to scare this thing out first. I think this thing needs to go before I can send in Muck, because Muck and low-key kind of put in work in this endgame if I play my cards right. So I think what I do here, I think here I am going to click Terra Electric, Terra Blast, I think, because if Corviknight comes in for free, then it's going to take a chunk of damage, so I will do this. It's still going to do a crap ton of damage to everything else, and we're going to get a Terra Electric off. So this game is not over yet. We are going to see the swap. I really hope we see Corviknight here, because this is going to do a crap ton of damage to Corviknight. Corviknight is going to be the swap here. That is great news for me. So Corviknight is exerting its pressure. That's fine. So we are going to get the Terra off, and it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do a lot of damage here. If it's max defense, it's still going to take half, which is great for us. So we get the Terra Electric off, which is very nice. We'll also take less damage from rocks, but I doubt I'm going to be switching this thing out at this point. We're going to fire off a Terra Blast. If they go for Roost, then I think I just go ahead and fire off a high horsepower. Yeah, I think here, woo, that's a lot of damage. All right, I'm just gonna go for high horsepower now on the Roost. I'm really hoping to see Roost here, because actually, low-key, that damage looks like it's not max defense. It might not even be max HP, honestly. If they go for Roost here, I think high horsepower might straight up KO, which would be amazing. Either that or we got a max roll with Terra Blast. Yeah, high horsepower, if they go for Roost, high horsepower KOs. So I'm really hoping they Roost here. They go for Iron Defense. Good play. Very good play. Very, very good play. We go for the high horsepower here. I think that might be GG's at that point. We could switch out here, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go into Baked Bean, and then I'm going to Wish Pass into Muck, and I'm going to hope that Muck can win this game. I think that's what it comes down to at this point. This thing is setting up in my face, which is not fun. We're probably going to see a Body Press here, or maybe we see a Roost. We see the Pointed Stones. We're just going to see a Body Press, which is fine. I go for a Roost every single time, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch into Muck. Or honestly, I could even switch into Glastrier if this thing doesn't go for Roost. This thing can also no longer Terra, so my opponent has to keep that in mind. Pesidipity can still Terra right now. So yeah, this game is not over yet. I'm hoping we can at least pick up 1 or 2 more KOs. That'd be the best case scenario right now. We do fire off our Wish, which is great. We're just gonna see a U-turn. Interesting. Okay. So I guess this Terrakion with Earthquake is probably coming in. Ogerpon is coming in. Very interesting. Okay, so if Ogerpon comes in, what does that mean for me? I mean, Glastrier won't die to it. Yeah, I'm going to go into Frozen Steed here. That's what I'm going to do. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not complaining, but this is definitely interesting. We could see an SD here as well, which would not surprise me at all. Let's see. Yeah, we do see an SD. Okay. I will go ahead and fire off an Avalanche, though, on the off chance that we can pick up a crit and KO this thing. That'd be kind of fire. Personally, I would really love that. We do see an Ivy Cudgel. Come on, Glastrier. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Knock this thing out. Let's see it. No! Oofy poopies. Man, now I really wish I had Infernape. I think that's GG's then at this point. Very unfortunate loss for us. It is what it is. Very well played from my opponent. As usual, the week 1 curse is going to brutalize me. It is what it is. I can't complain too much. I think I played decently well. I think it was more just how I played this game in general. I think that's kind of what my issue is this time. So we're going to send in Muck. If this thing could get switched out and if they get confident, that'd be pretty funny. But no, I don't think they're going to do that here. I think we just fire off a Poison Jab. Yeah, they're just going to stay and click Ivy Cudgel. Really well played to my opponent. Absolutely GG's. The critical hit does suck here. If we had gotten that crit, then that Ogerpon would be dead. But I still think we would have lost this game. I don't think Muck would have been able to pull it back. But yeah, once again, GG's to my opponent. I have a lot of things to keep in mind for the next time I fight with this team, so I have a lot of things to keep in mind. But, you know, that's what week 1 is for, baby. Again, like, I'm notoriously bad at doing rough in week 1, so it's not a surprise. But I'm already liking the feel of this team. It's just like, I just didn't prep as well as I could have with this team starting off. And that's fine. We will make it work next time. But regardless, GG's to my opponent. Really, really well played. Love that card, by the way. And, yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please be sure to check out my opponent's side of the battle if they do decide to upload. Their link to their channel and their video will be linked down in the description below. And that'll do it. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!